like being told what to do daily basis. Here's the task list for the day. And I had good jobs too. I just didn't like being the whole, bossed around, that whole thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and I feel like some people that are talented and called just want to be seen. They don't necessarily need the instant raise. They don't need the instant this. They just need an affirmation of, oh, that was a good idea. And then just being included in a business scheme as an employee, a 9 to 5, most oftentimes a minimum wage, and being able to contribute efficient ideas to the overall picture feels satisfying. You don't need an instant raise to know you bring value. Once you're bringing value to a situation, that's what separates you from the rest. And when people receive to give you your chips when you earned your value, I'm going to show them. you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah, it's the difference between winners and losers.
Mhm.
So, you mentioned earlier that you didn't really know what the right path was for you, and that was like you especially felt that when you were in college. So, I have my own hot takes on this, but do you think that college is necessary for a person to be successful in society today?
Absolutely not. I think that respectfully, again, much love and respect to those who are achieving milestones in college. Again, it wasn't for me. Again, my belief under my First Amendment, right, is it's a complete scam. If you
Big
if
time.
you
I'm the same
really
way.
dive, yeah, if you really dive into the roots of how schools were formed, how this was made. Why do people sit in lunch tables with benches on each side, similar to federal prisons? Why do kids sit in rows and columns in classrooms just like this? They're trying to teach order. They're trying to teach and this was my visual at the time. They're trying to teach people how to work for the few friends and buddies these rich people are that are basically making the curriculum. I don't want to go on dropping names, but knowledge is power, and there's a lot of history behind the American public schooling system, especially college. um, with the exception of being a doctor or a lawyer, you know I see zero need at all to go to college. I see zero need at all to go into student loan debt for a job you may or may not even get. And furthermore, when you go to college, you limit yourself to your one degree. You're limiting yourself to one area. That one piece of paper can get you paid very well. So what happens when you don't get that opportunity? And we're seeing that everywhere today. But
Mhm.
to answer your question, no, I absolutely not. I think it is. I mean, I got injured in college when I was playing football. In college, I got injured. I stepped down, and then I just said, "This is boring. I'm about to go figure something out." And first year in business down here, we got a news interview because we were fixing frozen water pipes in Daniel Island last Christmas, actually. And that was a blessing. That was earned. It is zero college degree, 110% hustle, 110% faith in a higher power. My faith in God. I put 110% trust in God, and I'm very unashamed of it. I got crosses printed and tatted all over my truck from vinyl stickers. I know where it comes from. So I feel that the essentials for one to be successful is to be rooted in their faith. They need to have a plan, and then this is the biggest one that's worked for me. It's called predicted consumer psychology. So basically, you want to anticipate what your target audience wants and then create 5 different situations around each of those points. So basically, if you always stay ready, there's no need to ever get ready. So I feel like if you have those 3 points lined up and internet access, of course, other than that, you're golden.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I hear all the time, and I agree with it too. All you really need to simplify everything that you just said, all you really need to succeed today is internet and a laptop. That's it, and you can make anything happen.
Hey,
Um,
man, hey, real quick, you don't even need all of that. I
no,
flipped my first
and
wholesale real estate contract off an old cracked phone, with internet access. So, I mean, you can, hey, if there's a world, there's a way, even with the cracked phone. So,
yeah, yeah, 100%. So, before we hopped on here, you were talking about the diamond phases of your business and all the years of it. Walk us through all those phases from the very start, where you are now, how you've evolved the company, and also talk a little bit about what you've done in terms of tactics, strategies to actually be able to grow it to the point that you've gotten it to now.
Okay. Well, I use the metaphor or analogy of the diamond. Everyone who's familiar with diamonds knows it has to go through certain phases before it becomes a diamond. In 2021, that was the first year we opened, so that was our heat year. I designated that our year of heat because before any diamond, you got to heat it up, right? Then the second year, 2022, was the pressure. You got to apply pressure to the diamond. Third year, 2023, is the year you cut the diamond, you cut it out. And then 2024, here we are, God only knows. So, I have big expectations for the year of the diamond. And regards to your question, when you said, how was I able to make it scale so quickly? I think the answer is obvious. First of all, you need a solid marketing campaign. If you have zero marketing campaign or zero anchor in any algorithm whatsoever, you're good luck. And there's nothing wrong with the traditional ways of marketing. It's good to have hard business cards on you, but a virtual business card goes much further because it's always accessible. You can globally market with an internet, with a digital business card. You can send it through emails. You can do it 900 different ways. And that's where, again, I feel that creativity is, another component of success in small businesses. You have to be creative, you have to trust your gut, and you have to let your childish imaginations work. People always say, oh, you're just using your imagination, and almost kind of like taunting it or throwing dirt on it. But in reality, millionaires and billionaires get paid for ideas.
Yep.
And that's creativity. So, a solid marketing campaign, just make sure that you do every job like it's your last. And, thirdly, stay on top of your customer reviews. I'm very big on that. Did a lot of studying with algorithms. I have a family member who's very rooted, an ex-coder of Google, very, very, very knowledgeable of all internet IT aspects. Yeah, so I got some good insider help being spoon-fed on that end. But to be honest with you, man, I don't invest a dime into marketing outside of my business cards. I'll go to Canva and order about 1,000 for the year, and that's just if I'm in the store or I just whatever. But my go-to is a virtual business card. My go-to is social media. My go-to is I'm gonna need to get a website going here soon because that's the common question I hear people asking. But again, jumping in with the sharks early, and doing everything by yourself, it's kind of hard to find balance and building the technical side of the business, as well as the physical. So, it's finding a fine balance, finding what works for you and just being consistent, not getting discouraged whenever it doesn't happen right away. Keep your big million, billion dreams on fire and don't get discouraged whenever it doesn't go right. That's because that's the way God doesn't want you to go. And that's one thing I had to learn too, that's been helping me with rejection a lot is, sometimes what you want isn't always what you get because God protects you from what you think you want, and that's what helped me grow a lot because, I'm a very emotional, very controlled, but very emotional. I love what I do. I'm passionate. I care about the people that I'm around. I take my position very seriously because I know I'm responsible for feeding several other mouths besides my own and my loved ones, and I just feel like, if there's a will, there's a way. And